Well, hello, Denton. This is Jake Laughlin bringing you another episode of Discover Denton, a show brought to you by the Denton Convention and Visitors Bureau, highlighting events around Denton. This week is National Tourism Week, and we have Kim Phillips of the CVB bringing you all the details. So without any more ado, here is Discover Denton.
Hello, Denton. This is Kim Phillips coming to you from the Denton Convention and Visitors Bureau. Welcome to Discover Denton. This week is a big week on the national front, at least in the world of tourism. This is National Travel and Tourism Week. It's a 30-year-old tradition that started when Congress passed a resolution back in 1983 and set apart the first full week of May every year to recognize just how important travel is to the American economy. You may not be aware of this, but for decades, travel has been the third largest industry in the United States. Just this year, at year-end 2013, travel became the second largest industry in the United States. And that's travel and tourism. We'll talk a little bit about what that means. But more importantly, we celebrate, yes, the economy, the economics, and the importance of that to our life here in America, but it's also our quality of life. And the fact that so much of what we enjoy, from parks to green space to outdoor activities to amusements to entertainment, all of that fuels and is the requirement of infrastructure. It's the stuff that makes travel and tourism happen. It's the bread and butter of that industry. But at the very same time, it dramatically enhances the quality of life for those of us that live around these attractions. Let me give you some more information about what National Travel and Tourism Week is all about. The United States Travel Association had a recent study called Travel Effect, the Day Off Deficit. Now, I don't know if you're a regular reader of my column in the Denton Record Chronicle, but a few weeks ago, I talked about time deprivation and surmised of my own opinion that perhaps America will go down in history, at least this era of American life, as the most time-depraved society in the world. And I really do believe that. But it was just my own thought. And I just kind of threw it out there saying, if nothing else, travel and tourism, vacations, time off, it's a great thing that I'm a part of in this industry because I give people a way to step out of the rat race, if only for a brief respite. But the U.S. Travel Association in this study, again, the name of the study, Travel Effect, the Day Off Deficit. Okay, this was a formal study that was done by Oxford Economics. And listen to this quote. American workers failed to use more than 400 million days of earned leave last year in 2013. Here's some more stats. Government employees left 21% of their earned time off sitting on the table. Private sector workers left 15% of their time off unused. All total, in the national workforce, every one of us shirked, on an average, 3.2 earned personal days. I think my hunch was right. So the Travel Effect report really talks about the toll of our overworked life and what that toll is taking on us as individuals, what that toll is taking on our health, our family lives, but also what that toll looks like when you apply it to the jobs, the economy, productivity in the workforce. In other words, our unwillingness to rest and to step away from work and overworked, workaholics, all of those buzzwords that we hear in our society, the result is near calamity when you really boil it down to what's happening at the individual level because of this. Let's look at the economy first. The economy loses $160 billion in total business sales every year. Sales that would support 1.2 million jobs if earned leave were actually used. The additional economic impact or activity that would generate would be $21 billion in taxes. That's huge money. And guess what? At the local level, we're talking in Denton County, $5.5 billion more in local taxes if all of us were using our vacation, our earned time off. I'm not even talking about sick days you just don't feel like showing up today. I'm talking the stuff you've earned and don't take. Nearly half of managers, and 48% to be exact, believe that taking time off has a positive impact on individual productivity. And both managers and employees across the board, well over 50%, in fact, 76% of managers say that taking earned personal time off is beneficial to mental health. 60% of employees believe that taking their earned time off improves their family life. I mean, it affects every part of our lives, and it affects every part of our economy, from right here in Denton all the way up to the national level of the United States. Second only to oil and gas, travel and tourism is Texas's #1 export. It is a huge industry in Texas. And if you want some more stats on this, take a look at my article, my column in the Denton Record Chronicle. It came out this past Sunday, May the 4th. Check it out because it gives you a lot more details about what's going on right here in Texas, what's going on right here in Denton. I mean, direct travel spending here in Denton accounts for more than $6.5 billion in Denton County businesses. That's meaningful. Travel and tourism is important. So, across America, cities, states, and even at the federal level, all kinds of activities are going on this week to commemorate the importance of travel and tourism to our economies, to our way of life, to our quality of life, to our health and mental stability and family stability, all those things we just talked about. So what are we doing here? Well, the Convention and Visitors Bureau is partnering up with DentonRadio.com, and our friend Jake, CEO of DentonRadio.com, has pulled in a couple of his friends and our friends, singer-songwriters Caleb Coonrod and Chris Caravana. Both of these guys are going to be traveling up to Gainesville with our CVB staff, and we're going to be showcasing Denton, particularly through our music, at the Gainesville Travel Information Center. This is the Texas Department of Transportation Travel Information Center. Things are going on at travel information centers across the state, but with Gainesville being our #1 feeder right here on I-35, we've had great luck and have done this for the past several years. So we're going up there this Friday. We'll be there all day, interacting with people, introducing them to Denton, even booking hotel rooms for people that haven't made plans yet. And you know what's really cool about this coming weekend, and we run into this every year for National Tourism Week, it's graduation weekend in Denton coming up. It's graduation weekend across the state of Texas and universities everywhere. It's graduation weekend up in Oklahoma. I-35 will be packed. On an average, we talk to 300 to 400 people while we're there on National Tourism Week Celebration Day. That's what we're doing to commemorate turning people on to Denton, which is our favorite thing to do. And we're turning them on to Denton by turning them on to DentonRadio.com and letting them discover us through our sounds. So it's a big week. Travel and Tourism Week. Think about the travel effect. It's real. Most of us see it in our own lives, but now that you've got a name for it, recognize it, do something about it. We are, here at the CVB, we're creating original, independent opportunities for visitors, for all of us, for Dentonites, to invest and offset our day off deficits. I'm Kim Phillips. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time on Discover Denton.
There you have it. That was this week's episode of Discover Denton. A big thanks to Kim Phillips of the CVB. A huge thanks to Gravity Feed for providing the intro and outro music. A massive thanks to Ellie Meyer, our queen of editing. I'm Jake Laughlin, your producer. Join us next week where we will be bringing you more highlights of our original and independent city. And in the meantime, go enjoy Denton.